Hello everyone, this is David Anand from AgriVision4U, and today we will be solving the Excel 2024 General Aptitude section only. So the first question from Excel 2024 General Aptitude is this one. So for those for those people who are familiar with the game Minesweeper, this particular question must be quite easy for them, because this is completely a Minesweeper question, that particular game, Minesweeper question. If you're not familiar with that game, you can go check it out. You will get a clear idea of what this question is trying to tell us. Simply, it has a very simple rule that the the number depicts the number of boxes that are filled by a number. Okay, so if there here it is 5, it means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of these 8 boxes are filled with numbers. Okay, this 5 refers to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this 4 refers to 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, the question says that all these boxes are filled. Right, the numbers in the cell represent the count of the immediate neighboring cells, left, right, top, bottom diagonals, not having a cross, given that last row has no crosses. If the last row has no crosses, all these boxes will have a number. Now let's tabulate which number will come. Okay, so for this box is filled. This box is filled, but this is empty. So 1, 2. So 2 will have to come here. Okay, 2 will have to come here. For this box, this one is filled, this one is filled, and this one is filled. So 3. 3 will come here. For this box, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. And for this one, 1 and 2. 2. Now we have to add all these numbers, and the sum will be our answer. Okay, that is what we need to find out, the sum of the 4 numbers to be filled in the last row. Okay, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 3, 11. Very simple. This will be our correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this is a simple grammatical question, English grammatical question, where you need to find out the superlative degree. You can say not superlative degree actually, but just uh, another word which puts more emphasis on the previous word. When you're walking, your speed is slow. When you're jogging, it is a bit fast. When you're sprinting, it is fastest. Now, similarly, for you have to find out the next degree for bothered. Bothered is when you're worried, and daunted is when you are extremely worried. You cannot think about anything else. So, what can be at the middle of it? So, there can be actually a lot of words that can fit this category, but we will have to choose from the options given below. So, phrase is not the correct option, because phrase does not match this category of being bothered, being daunted, being like in attention. This is not that kind of word. This phase is also not that word. Actually, F-A-Z-E is the word that can fit here, but phase cannot come here. It has a completely different meaning. Fuse is also not one of them. So we have got phase at the end, and this is the only word that can fit the fifth category for this sentence. So this will be the correct answer. Now, moving on to the next question. We have got a paragraph type of question. We have got 4 sentences, and using those 4 sentences, arranging them in a sequence, we will have to make a reasonable, a logical, a grammatically correct paragraph. Okay, so before just blindly reading all these sentences and finding out the sequence, let us go for the options first. Let us see what options do we have to start this whole paragraph. We find that only Q and S can start the paragraph. Yes, only Q and S can start the paragraph. Here we have, here in these two options we have Q, here in these two options we have S. Now decide whether Q, now we have to decide which of these two sentences, Q or S, can start our paragraph. Well, looking at the sentence Q, we find the first word that it starts with is thus. Thus, the geophysicists tend to think of the Himalayas as an active geological event rather than as a static geological feature. Now, words like thus, therefore, that is why, here is why, these kind of words come after you have completed explaining something and you want to conclude. You want to give it some reasoning. Like, I am a student of IIT Kharagpur. Therefore, I am treated like a very knowledgeable guy. Therefore, thus I am treated like a very knowledgeable guy. The sentences, the sentence which occurs previous to thus kind of gives me a meaning, and the sentences after thus are for concluding the sentence or giving some reasoning. So thus cannot come at the beginning of a sentence. It will come afterwards, maybe in the middle, maybe at the end. Usually, these kind of sentences come at the end. But still, we are very sure that this will not come at the first, but we are not sure about this sentence and about this sentence coming at the last. So the first thing is clear that the sentence will not start with Q. If sentence is not starting with Q, we only have we have only got one option left, that is S. Now, as said many millennia ago, a breakaway chunk of bedrock from Antarctic plate collided with massive Eurasian plate. Many millennia ago, these types of sentences are always used while starting a sentence, while starting a paragraph or a story. So this is also like a good sign for us. Yes, we are going correct. So S will be the first sentence in this paragraph. Now, what choices do we have next? R or P? Okay. Now, looking at these two sentences, R or P, the natural process of the cooling of this massive edifice absorb large quantities of atmospheric carbon dioxide, altering the Earth's atmosphere and making it better suited for life. So it is talking about cooling of some very big chunk of matter or like some rock or something. But he says this ferocious geological event generated a colossal amount of energy and heat that resulted in rocks rising to an average height of 4 kilometers across the contact zone. Now this sentence which gets me like is more likely to come after this sentence, because this sentence, like after collision there will be some happening, there will be some uh, event. If I collide two rocks, then they might crack, they might rise, it might happen something. Then the cooling or something else will happen afterwards. So this final sentence is about cooling and making the world a better place after getting after the collision occurs. But this sentence tells us exactly what happens after the collision, right? So P will be the correct option. P will be the next word. Now, still, let's just verify our this one. Q comes at the last. That is very good. Okay. SPRQ is the most appropriate like sequence that I find should be correct. So this option will be correct. Now moving on to the next question. In a sequence 6, 9, 14, x 30, 41, what is the possible value of x? Well, here we are adding 3. Here we are adding 5. Here we don't know what we are adding, and here we are adding 11. So just by looking at this 3, 5, and 11, we kind of see that it might be talking about a odd number sequence. So if I write 7 here and 9 here, this becomes a perfect series of odd number 3, 5, 7, 9. So this is most probably the correct answer. 14 plus 7, 21 plus 9, 30 plus 11, 41. So this must be the correct answer. It is a very, very, very basic question. I think everybody must be able to solve this. Now looking at this question also, very simple logarithm, not something not very weird, or I can say not something that you need to focus a lot upon. This is the condition, this is the situation we are given with, and this is what we need to find out. Okay, now we can simply find out the value of x by y and then like put it into this equation. But let us like simplify this. Simplify, you can say whatever. You can even solve this question by any means you want. Okay, let me just use my way. X by y plus y by x can be written as x square plus y square divided by xy. Now this is what we need to find out. Looking at this, just simplifying this, ln x plus ln y can be written as ln xy, and 1 by 2 can come over it as power. Okay, so ln x plus y divided by 2 is equal to ln xy whole power 1 by 2. Now we can we can while saying, we cannot exactly say that we are eliminating ln. Well, actually we are um, like we are removing log natural. Okay, so x plus y by 2 gives us xy whole power 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 is not just on y, it is upon this whole third term. Okay, now just put 1 by 2 over this, 1 by 2 at this part, so this becomes the whole, this becomes squared. So x plus y whole square is x square plus y square plus 2xy divided by 4. So just uh, divided by 4, so just put it here, 4xy. Okay, so just take 2xy that side and take xy common. Y square is equal to 2xy, because here 2xy will come and this will become 2xy. Okay, and just take 2xy downside. So x square plus y square divided by xy is equal to 2. And that is what we need to find out. So 2 becomes the correct option. Okay, moving on to the next question. Pie chart question again, not again. I feel like this year's paper, this year's general aptitude paper was quite easy, but that might not be the case for you guys. But anyway, let us try to solve this question. This talks about some energy consumption, energy generation ratio, energy generation percentage of the various power plants, various types of power plant that we have in India. So that's something of a concern right now, as non-renewable energy is the main source. We can see 35% here and 20% here. Here the hydrothermal is also there. But whatever, our main objective here is to find out how much is the what is the percent increase in the share of the renewable sources of electricity generation over this period. Okay, now I can just go for the simpler ways. Hydrothermal, solar, wind, only these three are renewable. Okay, so just add all these three and find out the difference, and let us see if all these add up to 100%. 30, 35 is 75, 75 5 is 80. 30, 35 is 75. 75 plus 5 is 80. 80 plus 25 is 125, and 5 is 135. So this percentage thing is a bit weird. It does not add up to 100. Okay, no problem. What does it add up to then? 30, 35 is 65. Sorry. I'm wrong. 30, 35 is 65. 65, 5 is 70. 70, 25 is 95. 95, 5 is 100. Okay, it's 100. Now for this case, 35, 15 is 50. And 35 plus 15 is 50. And the rest is 50 again. So 100. Okay, correct. So let us just add hydro, solar, and wind and find out the difference. Okay. Hydro, solar, and wind. So 5, 5, 10, and 30, 40. For renewable energy, just say RN for 2020, for 2007, the whole percentage was 30, 40. And for 2023, the percentage becomes hydro, solar, and wind, hydro, solar, and wind. Only these three we need. 30, 65. Now we need to find out the percent. What is the percentage increase in the share of the renewable sources of electricity over this period? Okay, now we do we need to find out the percentage with respect to the initial number, or do we need to find out the percentage with respect to the whole? That is the main thing here. So what options do we have? We have got 50%, 25%, 75, 77.6%, and 62.5%. So if we find out the percentage increase with respect to the whole consumption, this kind of becomes 25. This becomes 25%, because 65 minus 40 is 25. 25 by 100 is 25%. And if we see it with the respect of initial number, then this becomes this 25 to 110. 250 divided by 4, 4, 6, 24. So it was 8.5, 62.5%. Now we are again confused whether we need to find out with respect to the initial number or to the final, to the whole thing. Let's read this question again. Here is where your understanding or your question reading skills come. Okay. Assuming that the total electricity generated remains the same from 2017 to 2023, what is the percentage increase in the share? We need to find out the percentage increase in the share of the renewable sources of electricity generation over this period. So we need to find out the percentage increase in share in the whole thing with respect to the whole thing. Okay, so that is 100. So as the difference is 25, the percentage will be 25. We do not need to find out the percentage increase with respect to the initial amount. We need to find out the percentage increase with respect to the whole thing. So 25% should be the correct one. Okay, moving on. Then we will encounter a set kind of question. A very simple, I can say, in an engineering college of 10,000 students, 1,500 like neither their core branches nor other branches. We are talking about students who like their core branch, who don't like their core branch, and who might like both. Okay. So we have got two categories basically, who like the core branch, who don't like the core branch. Let us make a Venn diagram. Okay, just let this be like the core branch. Let this be don't like the core branch. Okay, 1,500 like neither their core branches nor their nor other branches. So this outer space which does not contain any of these two circles, liking or don't like, will contain 1,500 students. Total is 10,000. So the number of students who like their core branch is 1/4 of the number of students who like other branches. That is okay. Okay. The number of students who like both their core and other branches is 500. So we are again given this number 500. Okay. Now it says the number of students who like their core branch. If I write this one as A and this one as B. Now, so the number of students who like their core branch will be A plus 500, right? Number of students who like their core branch is the number of students who like their core branch only, and the number of students who like their core branch and non-core branch both. Okay, so A plus 500 is 1/4 of the number of students who like other branches. Now the number of students who like the other branches is again B plus 500. Now according to this relation, this is 1/4 of the number of students. Okay, A plus B is equal to 8,000 actually. So just solve this. 4A plus 2,000 is equal to B plus 500. So 4A minus B is equal to minus 1,500, and A plus B is equal to 8,000. Just add this, we get 5A is equal to 8,000 minus 1,500 is 7,000, not 6,500. So A becomes 1,300. 1,300. And the number that we need to find out is 1,300 plus 500, that becomes 1,800. As we need to find out A plus 500. So the answer is 1,800. This one. Now, let's move on to the next question. Again, a person sold two different items at the same price. He made 10% profit in one item, 10% loss in the other item in selling of these two items. The person made a total of what? Okay. Now, the person sold the item, two items at the same price. So the selling price is the same. Selling price is just say X. So you can actually take this as any value, any number that you want, you will get the correct answer. Okay. So should I take it a number? 91, 9.1? No. I can take it as a number also, but I just I will just not. The cost price of one and cost price of second item are different, but selling price is one. Is that for the first item, it he profit by 10%. Okay, so CP1 when sold at a profit of 10% gives you X. So what is CP1? CP1 is X by 1.1. Okay, CP1 is X by 1.1. Now what about CP2? CP2 is sold at a loss of 10%. What is CP2 equal to in terms of X? 0. X by 0.9. X by 0.9. Now we need to find out the total profit or loss. In selling these two items, the person made a total of, okay, he sold these two items as X. So the total amount of money that he got is 2X. What is the total amount that he had spent on buying those two items? Is X by 1.1 plus X by 0.9, correct? This is the CP of cost price of first item. This is the cost price of price of second item. Just add these two. You can use a calculator. You can simply 1.1, 0.9. The LCM is 9.9. Here it will come 9. Here it will come 11. Is equal to X is equal to 9 plus 11, that is 20. Divided by 9.9. Am I correct? 11 9 is 99. 9, okay, this is correct. 9. 20 by 99. Sorry, not X equal to X multiplied by. So this is the amount that he gets, and 20X by 99 is the amount that he has spent. Just find out the, so not 99, 9.9 that he gets. Just find out the to increase or decrease, whatever it is. So just say 20 by 9.9 X minus 2X divided by 20 by 9.9. 20X by 9.9 actually into 100. This will give you the answer. We can eliminate X. Now 20 minus 9.9 times 2 is what? Let's use my calculator. Not for, I don't have a calculator right now. 20 minus 2 times 9.9 is 2 9 is 18, 2 9 is 18, 19, 19.8 divided by 20 into 100. Okay. Actually, you should actually do 2X minus 20 by 9.9. Yes, 20X, 2X minus 20 by 9.9. As as selling price minus cost price is the profit or loss, whatever. Now, so this selling price minus cost price is the thing. So by doing this, we find out 0.2 by 20 into 100, and this will come minus, which means we are at loss. That's 2x minus 20 by 2 minus 20 by 9.9 is a negative number. So we are at loss, and the loss is of how much? 0.2 by 20. 0.1 by 1 by 100, so 1% loss. Yes. 0. This solving all this, we get 1. So 1% loss is the correct option. Moving on to the next question. A cube is to be cut in 8 pieces of equal size and shape. Here, each cut should be straight and it should not stop till it reaches the other end of the cube. So the minimum number of such cuts is, yeah, well, actually you can just simply visualize this. If this is a cube, you're about to cut it. You can make 3 cuts like this, and then like this. And this is the minimum number of cuts that you can make to make 8 equal cubes. Okay, we can simply see that each cut will give you 2 cubes. Okay, so first cut has given you 2 cubes. Now the next cut doing in a similar way will again get it multiplied by 2, again multiplied by 2. So you will get 8 cubes by using 3 cuts. And there is no less number of cuts that you can make, that you can use to get 8 cubes. Okay, and it's talking about the minimum number. If 3 is the minimum actually, so 3 will be the correct answer. So the next question. Next question says there are 2 wizards who try to create a spell using all the 4 elements: water, air, fire, and earth. Water, air, fire, and earth. Okay, WAFE. And they are trying to make a spell. And they have to use all these 4 in some particular order, in some particular sequence. Okay, they decide to mix all these elements in all possible orders. All possible orders. All possible orders. Okay. They also decide to work independently. It means first wizard A and wizard B are working and they cannot see each other. Okay. They are not in sync. If wizard A has used the sequence WAFE, wizard B does not care. Not actually does not care. He does not know that he has used this sequence and has failed. Okay. Wizard B will also go for this step. So both of these will have to go for all the possible combinations. Sorry, permutations, sequences for all the possible ordering. Okay, this is a very simple permutation question. After trying all possible combination of elements, they conclude the spell does not work. So how many attempts does each wizard make before coming to this conclusion independently? So how many possible arrangements that you can make out of 4 uh, distinct variables, 4 distinct things. WAFE, that is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 4 is equal to 24. 24 is the correct answer. Okay, now why 24 if we have got 2 wizards? Well, it does not matter if we have got 2 wizards as far as they are working independently. Just imagine from like your real life scenario, you and your friend are trying to make something, but you do not see each other while doing that. So it does not matter what he finds now. While doing experiment, wizard he does not know whether wizard here use a particular sequence A, F, W, E. If he knows that he has used that sequence and he has failed, then he will not go for this. Then he will have to go for only 12, and he will also A will also have to go for 12, and then both will have the total number as 24. But as both these does not know of their sequence of each other sequences, so they will have to go for all those 24 sequences. Okay, so 24 will be the correct answer. So this comes to the conclusion as I think this is the total. Yes, this is the total number of questions that we have in general aptitude, 10 questions, and I feel that you people have solved all these 10 questions. These are these easy. I feel like these questions are quite easy, and it took me how much time did it take me to solve? It took me 32 minutes to solve all these questions. Well, actually, you should take half of this time, or maybe like 20 minutes, 20 or 25 minutes, maybe even less than that. So getting 15 marks out of just 20 minutes is a very good deal, I feel. So all the best